Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Reassignment. In this video, we are going to talk about variables in Python. So what is variable? A variable is simply a name that stores some data in memory. So let's understand it with the help of one example. So think of a labeled box, which means we are having a box which is having some label. So the label is the variable name and the content inside the box is the value. Here we can see some example. So here we are storing this particular value, which is 10, inside a variable. Its name is x. So we are storing this value inside the box and the box label is x. Similarly, here we are storing ls to this variable and the variable name is name. So like this, you can create variables. And why variables exist? So we use variables so that we can store data, reuse it, update it, and work with it in our programs. Now let's see it with the help of an example. So here let me go to the VS Code. Previously, I have already discussed that how to install Python, how to install VS Code, and how to install Python and Jupyter extension into the VS Code. If you have not watched those videos, I would highly recommend you to watch those videos. I will provide link of those videos into the description, or you can click onto this I button at top right corner to access those videos. So here into the VS Code, I would be creating one more file. So right click here, new file, and here file name we would be giving as variables. And the extension which we would be using is ipynb. If you want, you can also use .py extension. But as in the previous video, I've told that we would be using Jupyter Notebook for our Python course also, as we would be using Jupyter Notebooks during our AI engineering course. So here provide .ipynb. Hit enter. Now here let's consider one example. So we will consider example of one shop, which is having one item, which will have some price. On that particular price, there is going to be one discount. And then we are going to get the final price, which would be main price minus discount. So let's say if there is one item, which is having price as 100. On that particular item, there is 20 rupees discount. So now the final price would be 100 minus 20, which is 80. So now here, let's use variables. So to write the code, click onto this code, which will give you this code cell. Here, let's create one variable with the name price. And there we are going to put the item price. So put price, any variable name you can give, equals to, and then its value. So here we are giving the item price as 100. Similarly, we can give the discount. So variable name is discount equals to, and we will give discount as 20. So item price is 100 bucks and discount is 20 bucks. Now we want the final price. So how we will get the final price? So for that, we need to provide this variable, which is final underscore price equals to, and here we need to provide the price minus discount. So 100 minus 20, and then we would be getting final price as 80. Let's print the value of final price. For that, I will create one more code block. So below this first code block, if you will mouse over, you would be able to see this plus code option, which will add a code cell. So click here, and here let's provide one print statement, and then within the parenthesis we need to provide the final price. We are just printing the value of final price, final underscore price. And now first let me execute this particular block, and then let's execute this second block. And here we got 80. But one more improvement which can be done here, that we have saved value of the price and discount directly inside the variable. So we can use it at multiple places. So directly, rather than giving the values here, what we can do, we can provide price here minus discount. So directly we can use this variable name, which is discount. And again, let me click run here and then here. And now if we want to change the value of the variable, so we can simply change it here. Let's say price got increased to 150 and the discount got increased to 30. And now let me click on run all. So see, automatically it took 150 here, 30 here, and gave us the final price, which is 120. And if we want to use these variables at multiple places, that you can do. And that we would be doing at so many places during our course. And now there are some naming rules which we need to follow while creating variables in Python. So what are those rules? So variable name must start with letter or underscore. Variables cannot start with a number. There should not be any spaces between the variables, and it should not be a keyword. And the variables would be case sensitive. So if you are using total price here, and if you will change it to capital T, so it would be a different variable. So keep that in mind. Let's quickly see it into Jupyter Notebook. So go to VS Code, and here I will create one more code cell. On top of that, I will also put some comments. So here I will provide this naming rules. Now click on to this stop editing. And here we will create one variable which will start with the letter. So name equals to, and here we can give any name. Let's give name as Reassignment. Now here let's create one more variable. And this time I will start the variable name with underscore. So underscore age. And here we can give any value. Here I will give age as 32. And similarly, let's create one more variable, which would be valid variable, which is total price. So total, and as I told, we need not to provide spaces, right? Otherwise, you would be seeing the error. If you will provide this total price equals to 100, So see, we are getting error here. So how we need to provide it? We can either simply remove the space, or if there are two words, we should separate it with underscore. That is not mandatory, but we should follow the naming convention. So that's why we put underscore there, and it is easy to read also. And what are invalid names? So it should not start with the number. So I cannot give one name equals to wish infinite. Here see, we are getting one error. Similarly, we saw that we should not provide the space between them, otherwise we would be getting error. So here we cannot write it like this. And one more thing, we saw that we should not use any keyword as variable name. That is not allowed. Let's say there is one keyword which is for, which we use for the for loop that we are going to see later. But for now, if I will use this for equals to any value, so here we would be getting one error. So like this, you need to keep these things in mind while creating variables. And as I told that these variables would be case sensitive. So if you are using small letters at some place, so while using these variables, you need to use the same variable name. Let's say here we have used final underscore price, all small letters. And here, if I will use capital F, so see, we will start getting the error that final price is not defined. Because while creating this variable, we have used all small letters. And that's what we need to use later. Apart from that, we can also reassign the value of the variables. That also we can see quickly here. So let's say at any point, we want to reassign the value of any variable. So what we need to do? Again, we just need to write the variable name. So here, let's change the value of this discount. So discount equals to, and here, let's put 50. Now let me run this particular code. And now this particular code cell. And here we are able to see 100. Because we have reassigned value of this discount. First it was 30. And now we have changed it to 50. At any point, we can change the value of the variable. So you can reassign different value to the variable at any point. And for now, we have just used the variable name to print the value, but we can use the variables at any place. Like here, we have used to get the final price by doing the subtraction. Previously also, we have seen that we can do the addition. Like this, we can do multiple operations onto the variables, but you should be aware that what is variable, how you need to create the variables, what are the naming rules which you need to follow. And you need to also follow the naming convention, which I told that use snake case for the variable name, which means if there are two letters, you need to separate them with the underscore, and we should put each alphabet into the small case. That is not mandatory, but it is best practice. So provide each alphabet into the small letters like total underscore price. And if there are more than one words, we need to separate it with the underscore. Let's say we want to create one variable total price value. So we should give the name as total underscore price underscore value, and all the alphabets should be there into the small case. And we should use the meaningful names, not single letters. So we should avoid variable names like A equals to Alice, or XY equals to John, or X equals to 10, right? Because by just looking at the variable, we should have some idea that what kind of value would be there inside the variable. And here, these are the invalid names. So let me comment out this part. So control and forward slash, which will comment out the code into the Python inside this Jupyter notebook. And all these variables store some kind of data like numbers, text, and true false values. These different kinds of data are called data types, and we will cover them in the next video. For now, we just saw that how to create the variable. And now I will conclude this video here. But before we wrap up, let me give you a quick recap. So here we saw that a variable is simply a name that stores some data in memory. We can create variable equals to, and then we can assign any value inside that variable. Here in the notebook, we created the variable, we assigned values inside the variable, we printed those variable values. After that, we saw that we need to follow some naming rules. Like the variable name should start with the letter or underscore. It should not start with the numbers. There should not be any spaces between the variable name. It should not be a keyword, and the variables would be key sensitive. Also, we should follow naming conventions best practices. So we should create variable name with all the small casing. If there are more than one words in the variable name, so we should separate them with the underscore, which means we should follow the snake casing. And the variable name should be meaningful and not just the single letters, like X equals to 10 or N equals to Alice or P equals to 100, right? So we should not put such variable name. We should avoid it. Those are the best practices. It is not mandatory, but we should follow these best practices. So like this, you can try creating multiple variables, try printing those variables, try to perform some operations onto them if you know that. And like this, you can practice. And I would suggest use Jupyter notebooks. So we use such notebooks for our AI engineering course, so it would be easy for you. And here I would be putting all the codes related to this playlist onto the Git repository. I would be naming them with a number. Like here, I would be giving video4 underscore variable.ipynb, right? So that it would be easy for you to find the specific file. And that's it from my end. You can click onto this first card to go to the next video. You can click onto the second card to access this whole Python course. And stay tuned for my upcoming videos. If you have any comments, questions or doubts, you can let me know into the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.